More money making. Today I want to talk about a very important decision you'll need to make when you start your retirement. You then need to live off your pension pot and have two main options: buy an annuity or do something called drawdown. So let's discuss what both these options are and the pros and cons of each. As discussed in my previous video, when you eventually come to withdraw from your pension, you can take up to 25% of it tax-free, and any additional withdrawals are classed as income and taxed at the appropriate level of income tax. With your remaining pension pot, you can then use it to buy a guaranteed income, which is called an annuity, or leave it invested in the stock market and take an income from it, which is called drawdown. An annuity is a guaranteed income, and there are various types available. A lifetime annuity provides an income for the rest of your life. A temporary annuity provides an income for a fixed term or until you die, if earlier, where the maximum term is 5 years. Enhanced and impaired life annuities are offered by some providers, and they may offer a higher annuity rate if you meet certain criteria which could shorten your life expectancy. There are also a couple more options available with annuities. A guarantee period means your loved ones will continue to receive income from your annuity if you die within a set period, typically 5 to 10 years. Value protection allows you to protect all or part of the fund used to buy your annuity if you die. Drawdown is where you leave your pension pot invested and take income from it periodically, whether that be monthly, annually, or whenever you need to. Now let's go through some questions to understand more about the differences between annuities and drawdowns and the pros and cons of each approach. How much of my pension pot will be passed on to my family when I die? With an annuity, none, unless you pass away during a guarantee period or have value protection. With drawdown, your family will receive any money remaining in your pension pot, which will be taxable if you die at age 75 or older. How much income will I get? With an annuity, this will depend on various factors such as your age, health, and the size of your retirement fund. With drawdown, you can choose to take any amount at any time, up to the size of your retirement fund. Is this income guaranteed for life? With an annuity, yes, unless you have a temporary annuity, in which case it's only guaranteed for that period. With drawdown, no. You can only take an income from your pension as long as you still have money in it. Is there an investment risk? With an annuity, no, since you've essentially sold your investments in return for a guaranteed income. With drawdown, yes. The size of your retirement pot will depend on the initial amount, how much you withdraw and when, and the performance of your investments. Can I change later on? With an annuity, most will not allow you to change at a later point. With drawdown, you could purchase an annuity later with your remaining pot, if you wished. What about tax? With both an annuity and drawdown, income is treated like employment income and is subject to income tax if your total income is above the income tax thresholds for basic, higher, and additional rate tax. With drawdown, you should avoid taking too much in any one year to limit your tax liability, whereas with an annuity, the amount you receive each year is fixed. There's one final thing to consider regarding annuities. With an annuity, if you're concerned about leaving your spouse or partner without an income, you should consider a joint annuity that continues until the second person dies. This can be set up to pay the same or a reduced amount after the first death. So, should you buy an annuity or use drawdown? This will be a personal decision and come down to a few factors. Do you want the security of a certain level of income each year? Or are you prepared to leave your pot invested in the expectation of better returns? How comfortable are you in managing your investments? Do you want to have money left to pass on to your loved ones? While annuity rates can be guaranteed for life, the rates offered are usually not very generous, and drawdown should give you a higher income in the medium to long term, while you should also never be in danger of running out of money if you follow something akin to the 4% rule, which I discuss in the next video. You can then pass any remaining money down to your loved ones. While an annuity won't get you the best rate, You may prefer to go that way for simplicity if your pot is a big enough size that you can use it to buy a large enough guaranteed income to cover your essentials or more, particularly if you have no dependents to pass money on to. Now let's go over how you can invest your money in Drawdown. See my investment series for some example portfolios you can invest your pension pot in, but as a brief summary, equities and bonds in various proportions are the core holdings of virtually every retail investment portfolio. There are two simple portfolios that achieve close to average market return and actually beat most active investors who try to beat the market by picking certain stocks over others. The first is a single fund called a multi-asset fund, an example of which is Vanguard Life Strategy. And the second is a two-fund portfolio where one fund invests in global equities and the other invests in domestic or global bonds. As you get older, it's a good idea to reduce risk and volatility in your portfolio by selling down some of your equity holdings and increasing your bond holdings. A decent rule of thumb is to hold 120 minus your age in equities, which would mean holding just over 50% in equities at state pension age. You should also hold some cash as an emergency fund. While you're working, experts typically recommend this to be 3 to 6 months of living expenses, but once retired, you may wish to hold more than this. Experts recommend anywhere from 6 to 12 months, and maybe as much as 2 years. This is to protect yourself from having to sell your investments when they may have fallen in value. It doesn't have to be a straight choice between annuities and Drawdown. You can also choose to combine them to give balance between flexibility and security. You could divide your pension pot in two and buy an annuity of one portion to cover your essentials and leave the other portion invested in a Drawdown scheme. Or you could start off with all your pot in Drawdown and buy an annuity later on in retirement with all or some of your remaining pot. This should get you a more generous annuity, and if you have some health issues by then, it may be more generous still. In my opinion, anyone can manage their investments, but if you're not comfortable doing so, you should seek out professional help from an independent financial advisor, or IFA. Be sure that you choose an IFA and not a financial advisor, or FA. An FA will only provide advice regarding their employer's products and services and will not recommend other alternatives on the market. They'll also get commission from the providers based on their recommendations, which result in sales. IFAs exist to provide a truly independent opinion to their clients. They can advise you on annuities versus Drawdown, or construct a Drawdown portfolio for you. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please add your own thoughts and follow-up questions in the comments, and I'll try to get through as many as I can. If you made it to the very end, please destroy the like and subscribe buttons and notification bell so you never miss a chance for more money making.